World hunger. Nuclear proliferation. Reality TV. None of those horrors compared to yarn ball deprivation. I've been waiting to settle this score since 1993. Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back by Accolade.
What could possibly go wrong? So, yeah, E3 is yet to start. We are still one day away from E3. I go to work thinking, oh, nothing's gonna happen, and then I come back to my Twitter ablaze with that. With that. So yes, he's back. After it's like you never left us. He's back. It's, you know, and what did everybody say in that Sonic Forces trailer when he was all shadowed out? Everybody was saying Bubsy. Oh, it's Bubsy in Sonic Forces. And you know, while everybody was saying it was Bubsy in joke, you all actually wanted it to be him. So your wish came true. You were all joking about it in Sonic Forces, but your wish actually did come true, didn't it? So just remember, you did it to yourself. You were all joking in Sonic Forces, and your wish was granted. So, the title obviously, Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back, which is going to be made by Accolade, now resurrected from the ground, from the grave, and so far it's coming to PS4, so let's just go round the back and bring him out. Bubsy is back, and let's go. I can't stop laughing because I can't stop smiling because of just how much of a, just how out of nowhere this came. It was just so ridiculously out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay, I kind of like can't believe that all of the joking paid off and it worked. So, the description, well, Accolade has very kindly provided us with a full description. Let's read it, shall we, together. Bubsy is back in the all-new Bubsies, the Woolies Strike Back, Sienne, France, June 8th, 2017. Game legend Bubsy the Bobcat held his first press conference in over 20 years to announce his starring role in the upcoming PC/PlayStation platformer, The Woolies Strike Back. Yes, I know there are many questions about where I've been and what I've been doing since Bubsy 3D in 1996, said Bubsy. After that game's huge success, I decided to become a transmedia star and signed a multi-picture deal with 4F Pictures. I could have gone with Roger Corman, but I don't go for that highbrow stuff. I was happily making my movie when a hungry director slipped a copy of the script for Revenge of the Woolies under my door, and I loved it instantly. Besides, it was my first game offer in 20 years. Bubsy, The Woolies Strike Back is an all-new Bubsy adventure featuring Bubsy in a bevy of exotic locations as he travels the planet looking for the beloved Golden Fleece. Bubsy must use all of his classic moves and a few new ones to dodge and out-bobcat a battalion of woolies, sharks, and Bess? Who's Bess? I don't know who Bess is. The queens were called Polly and Esther. Not to mention the gnarly... Oh god, 90s slang. Not to mention the gnarliest UFO bosses to ever grace the Bubsy adventure. This wisecracking Lynx also adds over 100 new one-liners to his lexicon to keep fans guessing what he'll say next. Oh, I'm sure we can't wait. Bubsy the Woolies Strikes Back will also mark the return of Accolade to the gaming brand Accolade is known for. So that's just giving you a history of Accolade. But yeah, so we know what's going to happen. He's going to be spouting over 100 new one-liners in order to obtain the Golden Fleece at the end of the world by defeating gnarly UFO bosses after his huge success of Bubsy 3D. That is the most cringy, horrible way of describing a game I have ever seen, and I love it. The description is definitely a meme out of 5. That's some top keck. When you get your description just right, bring up that. I don't know his name. I only know the Emperor's name from Emperor's New Groove, Cusco. I don't know his friend. I don't know Kronk because he's the stupid one. But I don't know when you get it just right meme. But bring the guy's face up. Let's have it right next to the description. There we go. When your description just out of 5. Perfect. The graphics. Now I'm going to be honest here. And we'll save you a special treat till the very end for all of you that are brand new to the channel. There'll be a special treat coming. But the graphics look actually really good. It's got the very nice cartoony like, I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like Crash Bandicoot Insanity Trilogy. It's almost terrifying how similar the pre-rendered bit at the start. I'll just put the screenshot up. Not so much the gameplay, but when he was loading in and the cutscenes that are obviously in the game. That 3D model, that looks eerily scary to how the Insanity Trilogy looks. And despite like the cringy joke of Bubsy giving us the description and Accolade being resurrected from its grave. Activision, were you the one that resurrected Accolade? Because it's very scary how that and Crash look extremely similar in this very bright, vibrant, fully rendered cartoon style. It's almost like Vicarious Visions made that. But in saying that, obviously because it looks a lot like the Insane Trilogy, I like his new design. You know, we've no longer got the horrible polygonal flat feet, you know, because you've seen it in, like, not only Bubsy, but even in Spyro, where the sorceress just had, like, those flat little diamonds for hands, because back in them days we couldn't render fingers. So now actually seeing a proper 3D rendered model, it looks good. Accolade actually made him look good in the modern age, and it's very hard to make a character look good in the modern age. Like, you've either got Crash, Spyro, you know, the classic forms, not that Skylander shit or Mind Over Mutant, but you know, you've got Crash, Spyro, Mario. They don't really change, and they can stand the test of time. And then you've got shit like Sonic, where it's like, let's stretch his legs out, let's make his eyes green, let's cover him in 100% more bandages. And everybody's just like, oh god, no, just stop, just, please, Sega, please just stop, Sega, stop! And, yeah, so some mascots will stand the test of time and translate well from their horrible polygonal forms into the modern era. Sonic doesn't really. I mean, classic Sonic does, but not really modern Sonic, especially the Sonic Boom one. And they've managed to make Bubsy transition well. Like, we're looking at this screen, and that looks good. That actually looks decent. It's almost like a completely different company have made this. What were you doing while you were dead, Accolade? Were you actually taking a video game course in purgatory? Hell, where did you go? Where did you go? Why couldn't we follow? So, yeah, in terms of, like, the actual graphics, they look alright. They actually look like the Insane Trilogy. Now, like the Insane Trilogy, this is obviously alpha footage, and I noticed a lot of shaders were missing. It was very flat and a bit empty. But like the Insane Trilogy, you know, we saw Insanity Beach, the very first level, and a lot of people were complaining that there wasn't enough shaders on the statues. The crabs looked very plasticine-like, they didn't have proper textures. There was a lot of stuff missing, and then just a month ago, as we're now moving to Crash's release, we got the full remake of the Insane Beach, or Insanity Beach, where all the shaders were in place, all the crabs were fully textured, and it looks amazing. So, as of right now, the graphics do still look like that insane very first concept, and it's just like, here is some graphics and gameplay, no shaders, some textures are missing, and we still got work to do, but we're gonna get there. I mean, I hope we get there. If that's the finished product, it does look a bit shit, but as it stands right now, it's looking okay. It's looking average, it's looking decent. 3 out of 5 on your graphics. The pre-rendered, aside from that one little cutscene at the beginning, 0 out of 5. That's a good thing, by the way. Pre-rendered, if you get that at 0, that's a good thing. You don't want pre-rendered at full, because that means you're pulling like a Ubisoft or an EA, where it's just all pre-rendered, and you don't get to see any gameplay whatsoever, because they're trying to hide the shit gameplay. So, you showed that one little cutscene where he starts the level at the beginning, but aside from that, it was all pure gameplay. So, good job on not following AAA and actually showing gameplay and showing what we're actually putting our money into. So, 0 out of 5, good job on not being a Activision pre-rendering asshole. Moving on to the gameplay though. I am slightly disappointed, because when I saw the start of the trailer and I saw him jump in the cutscene in that full 3D model, I was hoping for it to be a 3D game. Like, I was so excited, a little bit of me was so excited to potentially see Bubsy 3D remade, or to see a new full 3D game like Mario 64 or Sunshine where you're running around the levels, and seeing it in 2D and seeing like the 2D gameplay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 2D gameplay, you know. Shantae's in 2D. Is Bubsy the next Shantae? Are you going to team up with Way Forward? Don't speak things like that, Spyro. You joked about Bubsy coming back. You joke about Shantae or Way Forward and Accolade teaming up. You'll be seeing Bubsy in fucking Shantae's belly dancer outfit. There's your nightmare fuel for the week. You're welcome. But yeah, it's 2D games can work. Like Shantae works. Shantae's a really good game. Spectre of Torment works. Spectre of Torment is a really good game. Not so much Plague of Shadows in the original, but 2D platformers can work. I want it to work. I'm okay with it being in 2D, but I really want to see a 3D one. If it's successful and you're really actually not just making this as a shitpost joke and you're serious about bringing this back, please remake Bubsy 3D. Like, we'll talk about that at the end. I've got a little bit of a special thing at the end for you. But so A, remake Bubsy 3D, and B, the next game, let's just call it Bubsy Remake 2. Bubsy Remake 2, please make it in 3D. But this, as for the actual main gameplay itself, it looks alright. You know, you've got Bubsy's powers, you can jump, you can glide. It does seem like the controls are tight-ish. I did notice a little bit of slip, but it's not like that ridiculous skid that you had in the original Genesis games. So it looks like the controls have been tightened up. I'm not going to say they're Super Meat Boy tight because there was a little bit of slide. And surprisingly, it's running at 60 FPS in 1080p. Have we stepped into a parallel world? I'm sorry. A Bubsy game. A Bubsy game is running at 60 FPS at 1080p. A Bubsy game. Okay then, we are not in a parallel dimension. Okay, I just had to check that we weren't in a parallel dimension where Bubsy games are the best thing in the world and like fucking Rayman Origins is total shit. I just had to make sure that we are still all in the same universe here, and they've somehow got it running at 60 FPS 1080p. What the fuck is going on? Is the Horsemen outside? I need to check if the Horsemen of the Apocalypse are outside. How is this possible? It's weird. No, there's definitely no Horsemen yet. So yeah, the gameplay is 2D. I don't particularly think I'd rather see it in 3D. It looks okay. You're going around collecting wool balls. It looks like you've got to collect a certain amount in each stage and then kill the UFO. Looks alright, you know. Spectre of Torment, you've got to find those red skulls hidden in each level, then kill the boss at the end. So maybe it's the next Spectre of Torment. We'll see. So in terms of gameplay, average 3 out of 5. It looks fine, but I want to see it in 3D. So the final verdict for Bubsy's remake, Bubsy's comeback. Oh God, what hell have you? What could possibly go wrong? I can't not give this. I can't not give this a 4 out of 5. I need to see it. And the reason why it's getting a 4 out of 5, not only because like 1080p 60 FPS, not only because Accolade has somehow come back from the dead with actual fucking programming skills and is somehow making the game run at a consistent frame rate somehow. Not only do I have to like give it points because it looks competent, but because I didn't hate 3D that much. Like, let's just first of all put this in the good games. I forgot, I don't know why I've got all this in here. We're going to have to extend the good games chest. But for now, I think hashtag Bubsy Is Back is shaping up to be a good game. I need to see it. But before we end, because I'm sure you want to know about it. We're going to have a story, and then there's going to be some extra footage over the top of this. This is going to be like me going away and leaving you with the extra footage, just so that you can see it, because for all of you that are new to the channel, I 100%ed Bubsy 3D back in 2013. So we're gonna watch some footage now. You're gonna see some footage, and you're gonna hear young 2013 Spyro, and actual future Spyro right now is cringing at his own younger self's voice, like, oh god, did I really sound like that? I sound fucking shit. I sound so bad. Because, like, I didn't have proper recording equipment then, so the mic I'm using is like a cheap-ass $10 Logitech mic, and I'm like, oh god, oh Spyro, you sound so past, baby Spyro, you sound so bad, oh no, oh why? But yeah, so I didn't particularly hate Bubsy 3D, and I thought, well, I didn't hate it as a kid. Let me put it this way. I didn't hate it as a kid. Like, there was some issues, but I thought it was alright as a child. And as a child, I did find all the rockets and 100%ed it. And because I thought it was alright, I was actually, and this is like one thing I will pride my channel on, I was actually the very first, and I still might be the only person, but I was the very first person on YouTube to do a 100% Let's Play of Bubsy 3D. Like, when you could actually write a channel description and you could add little bits and pieces, one of my little bits on the old YouTube before they changed it all was first YouTuber to 100% Bubsy 3D on YouTube. Like, I was so proud of that shit that I was the first person to 100% Bubsy 3D on YouTube. That shit was on my front page. That was right on the front page, and I was so happy. So yeah, and you know, a lot of people were like, man, it's not as bad as like JonTron and people say it is. Because people like JonTron and Cat Icarus, you go watch their reviews, they only get to like the 3rd level. None of them, not a single one of these people that talk shit about it ever goes to the final boss. None of them even go to the first boss. I think one of them gets to the first boss and they're like, yeah, it's shit. It's like, dude, don't miss me with that shit. Miss me with that shit until you've actually killed Polly and Esther. So, yeah, I thought, you know, I did it, and everybody's like, man, it's not as good as, it's not as bad as JonTron or Cat Icarus says. And I had people saying, like, oh my god, you completed my childhood. You beat the game that I never could. You completed my childhood. Thank you, Spyro. I'm like, man. You know, so Bubsy holds a little bit of a special place in my heart. And at the end of the Let's Play, I said, dude, and remember, this was in 2013. This was 4 years ago. I predicted it 4 years ago, but I'm like, dude, a Bubsy 3D remake would be so good, and I could do a Bubsy 3D remake right now. And I show like a little bit of footage where I recreate the first level. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to let you watch the first level, and then watch the first level, and then you'll see my old 2013 footage where I remake the first level. Then tell me, after you watch the remade first level that I made, tell me you don't want to see a Bubsy 3D remake. So yeah, he holds a bit of a special place in my heart, and just seeing that he was back, at first I'm like, this is a jape. It's all a jape. It's all, you're talking shit to me. You're talking shit. It's Sonic Forces again. It's like, oh, remember that mystery character in Sonic Forces? It's Sonic Forces again. It's all a jape. And it's like, no, here's the trailer. Here's the full-on description. This shit's not a jape. And it's like, oh, this shit's not a jape. And part of me was just like, oh god, why? But another part of me was like, I'm actually kind of happy for him. You did it. You beat the odds, Bubsy. You did it. People shit-talked you. People joked. People naysayed about you. People joked in the Sonic Forces in that Sonic Forces trailer, the new Sonic character's Bubsy. Looks like a bobcat. Looks like a bobcat. Hi, it's Bubsy. Everybody knew it was just going to be that wolf OC. Everybody knew it was going to be the wolf, but deep down when people were joking about Bubsy, a little tiny piece of them were like, it'd actually be kind of funny if it was. Well, you all got your wish. So yeah, what a great way to start off E3. This is the end now. You're going to watch my footage, but what a great way to start off E3. What could possibly go wrong with the rest of E3? I can't wait to find out on Saturday when it all starts for real. But I just had to make this one because it's like so stupid. But for now, I'm going to leave you all with the first level and then me remaking the first level. So, future Spyro is now going to go, so if you did indeed enjoy this video, do feel free to leave a like, do feel free to type down in the comments, Bubsy is back. Why? And of course, if you don't want to miss out on any of the E3 footage coming up, because we will be covering all of E3, don't forget to press that subscribe button and bing the bell so the notification does come through. And there are links to my Twitter and Deviant if you want to see what I am uploading and doing right now. I've already made a tweet like about an hour ago from when you see this video talking to the Bubsy Twitter. And there are also links to my Discord if you want to come in and chat, as well as my Patreon if you want to show your extra support. But for now, thank you all for watching. And I'll leave you with cringy 2013 past Spyro. Please enjoy. So we're just running through the level now to show off all of the level, and then we're going to do something kind of interesting. So we would go over here, and I'm just going to show off this bonus area with the clams on purpose. We're not going to activate the clams, but there's the bonus area with the clams, just to let you know it's there in case you have not watched part 1 and you didn't see the first level. And then we're going to just run over here to this switch which will activate the wall. Oh god, Bubsy's talking again. Bubsy, stop please. Again, you can't hear that, but I can in my ear. So that's why I say just either make him like Mario, where he only talks once in a while, or have him like Crash Bandicoot and have him as a silent protagonist. Preferably Crash Bandicoot. So we'll shoot that Wooly for extra life, and we'll go over to this tree area here, or I guess these are supposed to be trees. Like, stumps with a couple of orange leaves on them. And there's the bonus area where the rocket was, which you jump up those platforms to get the rocket. Obviously we already do have the rocket, so there's no need to go over there. And then we'll just jump onto this platform here. Oh, come on, it's been a bit slow, but it'll be worth it, don't worry. And we're not going to fight the enemies either. So you would just jump over here, you would hit this, and you would make Bubsy talk again. Stop talking. And we'll just run past all these, and we will grab this thing and run through all these. So this would be a valley where you would kill enemies. And then you have to go up and activate that switch to activate the platforms to get to the end of the level. So we'll just do that right now. So we'll hit this and go platform. Just line myself up with the platform. Come on, platform. Come on, platform. Come faster. Come faster. Come on. This video, I'm looking at my Audacity, has already been going for 25 minutes. So I definitely need to wrap up by now. So we jump on the platform, and when the platform moves, go faster, okay. And there we go, we jump off, and there is the end of the level. So that is a run through of the first level. Now, how about we reset back to the beginning of the level right now, and we do a little bit of editing magic. Ooh. So obviously, this polygonal mountain stuff is obviously not what we want. We want to see something that looks a lot more finished, because obviously nothing's been rendered or smooth, so let's have a nice extra textural update. Ooh, look at that. That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? We've actually got some, I mean, it's all squares, but it's a lot better than that polygonal stuff that we had. And the sun is out, and we've actually got some fluent movement, which we'll talk about in a minute. So now that we've got some updated textures, how about we give it a HD coat of paint? Oh, look at that. Look at that. We actually have stone mountains. I hurt my fingers by snapping my fingers then. That actually hurt. But yeah, we have stone mountains. And now I'm going to run through the level as if it was a remake. So we'd have more fluent controls. As you can see, look how fast I'm moving now with these fluent controls. So I just put this stuff in here because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the like remake thing. But yeah, this is like kind of a bonus area. Oh, I put that far out. This is like kind of a bonus area where a meteorite dropped down, and in the meteorite crater is one of those fallen stars we talked about earlier, where there could be one in each level. And then we got to get out of here. Obviously, I'm in creative mode because basically I suck at parkour, and I can see myself like screwing parkour up so terribly, terribly bad. And yeah, we've actually got the grass is no longer checkerboarded. If there was tall grass there, I have put the tall grass in for them. And wow, that was like really sucky. And we have just the regular platforms. I didn't really know what those platforms were, so I just made them out of snow because I didn't really know what those platforms were supposed to be. And here is where I said I suck at parkour. Surely someone who is better than me could probably pull this off first go and just hit like all 3 of these jumps. First go! But yeah, so then you'd come around here to that bonus area I showed you. And that's where your bonus area would be, operated by a creeper face or represented by a creeper face in Minecraft. And you'd come down here and it'd teach you about like your enemies, because the enemies, as you saw in the first level, don't attack you. These 3 are just purely tutorial based. Here's that switch, and when you hit the switch, rather than just a big thing that says wall exploding, the wall just explodes normally and drops down, opening up the next area. And then coming into here, here's where that woolly was for an extra life. So we can easily shoot. Oh, I guess it only takes 1 shot because I'm in Minecraft. But yeah, we can easily shoot. Oh, no, whoa, that's quite far for the trade. But yeah, we can easily shoot the woolly. The woolly will then activate this secret area, and we can pick up our first extra life. All those chests on the jumps for extra life. And then we come over here and look. Trees! The trees are finished, and I tried to make them alien by having like the stumps different. And then to get the rocket, we just activate a secret in here. So, ooh, there's some TNT. And then, boom. And, oh, oh, that didn't work out as I planned. That was not expected. When I tested that, that worked last time. But yeah, so you would open up the bonus area. And obviously jumping on the checkerboards would teleport you back here. So I would have failed that. And we'll try again. And again. And you would eventually just jump your way... You would just jump your way up to the top where you would be able to get your first rocket, which is up there. So you'd have to jump. I'm only going to have one more go at this. As you can see, this is why I say I suck at parkour. So yeah, you would jump around and you would get your first rocket with Bubsy. So we just open that. I do not have the texture pack for the rocket, but as you can see, it says there rocket. That is definitely a rocket, so Bubsy would have got his first rocket, and we would leave the bonus area and move on to where all the enemies are, and it teaches us about enemies. And look, there's even some flowers on the ground, just to say, hey look, not only have we given it a HD texture pack, but we've also added a little bit more detail than just the tall grass. We've got some flowers. So you jump over here for an extra life, which I can't remember if that was in the first level or not. And then you would have to learn how to fight enemies, represented here by butter golems. So we would just bypass all them, and then you would come around here, down this valley, and here would be where that electric thunderbolt thing was. And this didn't really work. I thought what you could do is eat a golden apple to get like super regeneration, and then just like stack splash potions of healing and just be like, boom, I have killed you all. But splash potions don't stack. But yeah, so that would be that level, and then you would like jump up some platforms and hit a switch to get your second rocket. Of course, I am not good with redstone, so there's no way that I could rig that up to make this platform move across the death water, which actually works. I tried that on survival. So yeah, you would jump across the moving platform, you would grab the rocket, which is in this box here, and then once you've got both of them, you would touch the warning sign thing and be dropped into either a bonus area if you've got enough atoms,
or you would just like go on to the next area represented by this gold thing that I never made in the next area. So yeah, that is basically what you could do with a $20 program. I'm using American because I know I've got more American viewers. But with a simple $20 program, I've already given it a HD coat of paint, I have given it better controls, and we have fixed half of the problems that was already wrong, with this game. So if you give, you know, a company like Naughty Dog even a small budget, like £1,000 or $1,000, because remember this was what I could do with $20. So if you give them even like $1,000, they could remake it so well. And obviously, we're just going to talk about this. There was no staff. This was the entire team. L Dick, I can't even say that because I'm not sure if that's an I or an L, had no one in their team. Even look at that bottom part. It's special thanks to the wives and husbands and friends who put up with the stress, and then there is the 8 people that worked at Accolade. So considering there was only 8 people at Accolade and then like another 8 in the actual programming staff, to bring out a AAA game was something. I have to give them this. Like, this is why I can't hate on the game, because they tried. They really tried. Somebody or a few people really put their heart and soul into this project, even though they knew that whatever they made was going to be terrible. They'd lost half their staff, and whatever they made was going to be a complete and utter terrible thing, but they still put everything they had into it, and they even like thanked the husbands and wives for putting up with the stress of like them going down the plug.